it is still the same message. Recruit more members.
We have to bring people, we have to bring merchants, and today we are doing better than ever.
What is it? What's pushing us to just want more? The only time when the greed of human will be met is when there's soil in his mouth.
OneCoin was 100% a fraud. And I was probably one of the very few people in the world that could prove it.
Let's all of us stand up.
June 11th, 2016. The cryptocurrency company OneCoin gathers more than 20,000 people at the London Wembley Arena.
This will be the biggest welcoming on stage that we've ever done in history. Okay?
This is Sebastian Greenwood, a Swedish-British national with a background in multi-level marketing. He is in charge of promoting OneCoin. More about him later.
We're here to stay.
Much later. Because the mastermind behind OneCoin is someone else.
Let's give a warm applause for our creator, our founder, our lovely Dr. Ruja.
Dr. Ruja Ignatova, a bright, charismatic, hard-working Bulgarian businesswoman with one goal in life.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it. Hate means I do something right.
To become a dollar millionaire before the age of 30.
What was interesting about OneCoin and you know how it's got so crazy big? It was the first scam that combined crypto with multi-level marketing.
I believe what makes us different is our vision. We are more than just one coin. It is a life, it's a network. This is what makes us strong. The community. Thank you.
Ruja and Sebastian are a match made in heaven or hell. Ruja sums it up nicely in an email to Sebastian, laying out the business plan for OneCoin, or Trashy Coin, as she called it back in 2014.
I am especially good in these very borderline cases. You as the magic sales machine, and me as someone who really can work with numbers. We could make it really big, like MLM meets Bitch of Wall Street.
They were very clever. They got the best network marketers in the world. They got the best marketing people, really good salespeople to promote it, so it spread and spread and spread. Not only are you going to get rich, but if you get your friend to invest, you'll get loads more money. And if you get other people to invest, you'll get lots more money. So then people invested because they thought it was good, but then they also got their friends and their families to invest. And it just spread like wildfire.
During the fall of 2016, I was applying for new jobs. Suddenly I got a message over LinkedIn from a recruitment company in Japan called Essentia. He was offering me the position as global CTO for a cryptocurrency company out of Bulgaria.
Before we continue, just a few fun facts about Bjørn Bjercke.
Bitcoin blockchain starts with the Genesis block.
By now, Bjørn has made quite a name for himself in the somewhat narrow field of blockchain programming. His interest in blockchain technology was triggered by the rise of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. As he put it in an interview,
I tried dedicatedly for 2 years to break Bitcoin and failed. I was amazed on how robust it was. So I decided to leave banking and dedicate my life to blockchain technology.
The headhunter from Essentia obviously knew what he was doing.
I was psyched. He offered me a large salary and cars and apartments in London and in Bulgaria. It seemed like too good to be true. But I said, what will I be doing for this company? He said, building a blockchain. The company does not have a blockchain today. They're running on some kind of database. It sounded to me like he was describing an SQL server. At the very end, I said, okay, I'm extremely interested, but I would need to know what company this is for. And he said, okay, I'll tell you, it's OneCoin. And at that point, my heart sank.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ruja Ignatova!
Thank you very, very much for this warm welcome. You're amazing, guys. Today is really a very, very special day.
It was about a month and a half later where I stumbled on a video from an event that happened on October 1st of 2016. It kind of spooked me a little because that was the exact same time where I was interviewed. While on this video from Bangkok, Ruja Ignatova was on stage starting a new blockchain in front of 10,000 people.
Today, we will be switching on the new blockchain.
Something was wrong. Something was really wrong, and red flags were popping up left and right.
So how much time do we have until the blockchain? I don't see. So guys in Sofia, if you don't switch it on, we'll come for you and kill you, yeah?
Okay. Let's talk about blockchain for a minute. Blockchain technology is very technical and complicated, but the one-liner is that a blockchain is a record of transactions that is shared between users in a distributed network.
But believe me, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyways, whatever. The reason why it's so important for OneCoin to make people believe they have a blockchain is because it's fundamental for a cryptocurrency to work as money. Let's use the cryptocurrency Bitcoin as an example. If user A transfers 1 Bitcoin to user B, the transaction is recorded and stored on all the computers in the network. This makes it nearly impossible to change or tamper with the transaction once it has been recorded and stored. You can trust it 100%. So the bottom line is that without a blockchain, you do not have a cryptocurrency.
I had information at that point that I knew they could not have a blockchain because I was asked the 5th of October to build them one.
Yes, we did it!
And I was probably one of the very few people in the world that knew that she was lying.
I don't know about you, but I'm very, very excited.
I love you!
I was working in Stockholm at the airport, and it was through a working colleague of mine that kind of just pitched the idea of, he'd heard of a company called OneCoin. There wasn't a lot of information at all on the internet. So what we did was we went to a smaller town up north, and it was basically an informal meeting, like a conference meeting, I'd say. It was maybe, 50 people there, maybe. So we were talking a little bit about the idea, about the vision, a little bit about Bitcoin, but then they pointed out some potential problems that Bitcoin might have. And then they sort of transferred from Bitcoin to OneCoin. They showed possibilities. We're not sure if it's going to happen, but look at Bitcoin, look at the journey that Bitcoin made in terms of price. What if OneCoin make just half of it? Can you imagine possibilities? It was more like we're implementing a possibility in you, because we are a family and we care for our family. You could buy OneCoin like single OneCoins, but it was much more profitable if you bought a package. I started with a package of 5,000 euros. Thought to myself, this feels pretty good. Like, I feel good about this. Because I've never done such a big investment before. So I made another one, 2 levels up, so it was probably a 10,000 euro package. I might have done some additional investments as well, but smaller ones. And it felt pretty good, actually, to be honest. I felt like this was a step towards success.
Do you still have OneCoins?
Yeah, I still have OneCoins. Yeah, I do. They're still there.
So you still have a little bit of hope?
I don't really keep a lot of hope. It's just fun to sort of elaborate with the idea if there would be, you could actually use the coins for something. But I don't think I will ever be able to sell them to anyone. So that's out of the window already. So. Okay, so I have 194,000 OneCoins. And the internal value right now is 42.5 euros. So let's see here, 194,000. 8,245,000 euros. Number is right there. Wow. It's yeah. It's just yeah. It looks easy on the paper, just on the screen there. It's a lot of freedom there. Yeah, the truth is hard sometimes.
Hello, this is Bjørn. I am going to prove that with this video that the OneCoin blockchain is a simulator and that the transactions do not get registered in the blockchain. In the days that followed, I made videos of me making transactions on the OneCoin network. Starting screen capture. Now I'm recording everything that happens on the screen. So what I do first is I log in with a user account that I have gained access to. I had asked my network through Tim to give me some accounts that I could log into. And I had about 60 accounts that I could use within half an hour. So many people were willing to help. I go to the dashboard and the one account, and I'm gonna do a transaction to upline. And I was doing transactions left and right and back and forth between users. The money has been received and should be registered. Let's look at the blockchain. The money was moved between accounts, but there was no verification. Let's go through the transactions. And I would read every single block in that period to find where did my transaction go through, and it simply wasn't there. Nope, not here, not here, not here. I couldn't find my own transactions in what they call the blockchain system. None of these transactions have that amount in them. They simply didn't show up. I think I did about 200 transactions, and I did my work very thorough. This conclusively proves that there is no connections between real transactions and the transactions being shown in the blockchain. Therefore, the blockchain must be some kind of simulator. There was absolutely nothing called a blockchain or any similar technology at all. Thank you. There was no blockchain, and OneCoin reacted to this. They even wrote a post on their website saying that this person claiming that he has gotten a job offer and claiming that we don't have a blockchain is talking complete bullshit. And of course, what else could they do? They knew that they were busted. Now they had to convince their network that I was fraudulent.
We have been approached and people saying, oh, does OneCoin have a blockchain? Or is it true? Is there no blockchain? What happened? Yes, OneCoin definitely has a blockchain. And I really would discourage people to spread rumors like this because they're simply not true. We have a very proper blockchain, and the haters claiming other people probably should go and look for something else to say on this.
We indeed have a blockchain. So dear haters all around the world, now you have to think of some other lies you're spreading about us.
OneCoin, however, has a big problem. The digital money cannot yet be cashed out or used to buy anything.
Hello, this is Dr. Ruja. We have been waiting for this day for ages, for 2.5 years since we started the company. We will be switching on Monday, the 16th of January, our merchant platform.
In 2017, OneCoin starts its own online trading platform, where traders from all over the world can use OneCoins to buy and sell products. At least, that's what they say.
The world is changing. We talk about all the time about the future of payments. At this moment, you can use your coins. The only thing, you have to go to the deal shaker, log in, see what is available, and start using it.
Like anything else with OneCoin, the devil is in the details. If you want to buy anything on DealShaker, you have to pay a 25% fee to the OneCoin company, and that has to be paid in euros. It's an obvious scam from the very beginning. The brain behind DealShaker is the former OneCoin compliance officer and South African banker, Duncan Arthur. Duncan has a senior position in OneCoin for 3 years before he leaves in 2019.
In February 2017, they needed something exciting in order to keep people interested. So I thought, well, let's create a marketplace.
Project manager of DealShaker, Mr. Duncan Arthur.
At the time, we didn't know that OneCoin was a completely manipulated system. So they had a good explanation for everything. They had this whole narrative that everybody who attacked them was a paid hater. At the time, I swallowed the narrative.
But it is going to be great. I personally believe that DealShaker is the future of this network. It's still unprecedented.
OneCoin is a cult. It was ruled over by somebody who was completely charismatic, who could convince you of absolutely anything. And I unfortunately fell for it.
Duncan and Bjørn are actually approached with a job offer from OneCoin at the same time. However, only one of them accepts.
It's actually interesting that you both got kind of contacted by the same people, but Bjørn took one road and you took another road. Did you?
Well, I suppose every OneCoin has two sides.
Allahu Akbar. I'm Mufti Amjad Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Mufti is based upon the word fatwa. Now, the word fatwa is an Arabic word which means giving a response, giving an opinion, giving an understanding. I've studied natural sciences, and I've also studied social sciences and Islamic sciences. And I try to give responses to questions, taking into consideration that experience and skills that I bring. We've got batteries in, Mara? Yeah.
3, 2, 1, you live.
OneCoin, to me, I only came across it when people started to reach out to me. They were saying that there are respectable people within the community who they look up to, whose opinion they value, are the ones who are promoting it.
You know, we have so many customers who are Muslims. We now have upgraded the CoinSave product not to give you interest, but the CoinSave product can generate gift coins for you. So if you want
to use the CoinSafe product, you will be asked to tick a box if you would like to use the Sharia-compliant version.
This question that's come to us from our viewer says, what should a Muslim's mindset be when they come across these schemes, which seem to be, on the face of it, too good to be true? So what I did was then I found some information on their website. And when I went through the terms, some of their terms and conditions were problematic. So I waved that up and I said, look, in its present form, this is problematic. This should be avoided. And I used quite calm language. It was the reaction I got when I wrote this fatwa that I was quite surprised at. And I thought, hold on a second here, it's like I've hit a very raw nerve. What do you know what you're talking about? Have you actually been involved in it yourself? Have you actually bought and sold in OneCoin? Okay, so I looked into it and I obviously gave out even a stronger fatwa that for now, don't get involved in this. This is something that should be avoided. And that's when really, the feedback came.
As a community, we need to stop listening to outsiders.
Do not believe these haters.
Trust and believe.
I was getting more and more scared for my own security and started taking extra care, taking extra precautions, buying video cameras to post outside my apartment, always keeping tear gas in my pocket. I was getting an increasing amount of threats. Some were that you better watch your back. Some were we're gonna come and take you and beat you up. But some were a lot harsher than that, with machine guns and threatening my life.
Let's go. I ain't gonna call no names, but you know who you are. Stop hating. I appreciate it. So for all the haters, hey man, hold that. One life for more life, man. Leave the network alone. Leave the network alone, you hater. Let us live, or you die. You heard? Be aware. Be very aware. All at me, man. One's out.
It's crazy what he says there. Bjørn, be aware. Be very aware.
After that stronger fatwa, I had a senior figure from OneCoin. I think he identified himself as a director from the UK, came and visit me. And his aim to visit me was to sort of educate me. And I think he had the perception that he was meeting somebody who had no understanding of the big wide world, maybe a little bit bleary-eyed and sort of like, wow, where have I come? And so therefore he could just kind of bulldoze over what I was saying. Your fatwas have had a direct impact in people signing up for OneCoin. And we'd like you to, work with us. So I said, to do what? They said, to work on the terms and conditions. And I said, yes, but you don't have anything. I said, you can make the terms and conditions up and make it so Sharia compliant that literally you're writing God's word, but it doesn't exist. You don't have anything. It's a pyramid scheme. You're doing this in order to draw more people in. I said, that's not right. And that conversation carried on. It didn't really get anywhere. I think they sort of walked with their tail between their legs and they left it at that.
I came across Mufti Amjad Muhammad when I started researching about OneCoin being a scam, and I wanted to know what kind of alerts of fatwa or guidance was out there that was published by a skilled scholar or professional. And I came across Mufti Amjad Ahmed. And I was gutted that I didn't do my research before I joined OneCoin.
Walaikum salam, sister. How are you? Okay?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, did you find us okay?
Yes, I did.
Alhamdulillah. Let's take a seat.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to see me.
No problem at all.
Finally, I get to meet you.
Yes, I know it has been some time.
I reached out to you in 2017. I don't know how I found you, but I was doing a lot of mad, crazy research on what Islam actually said about OneCoin. And I wish I had found you before I invested my money in OneCoin.
Yeah, I recall, I think, yeah, it was around sort of 2016, 2017 time. We had a conversation.
Yes, you did.
Quite a lengthy conversation.
Yes,
Obviously, you were quite emotional as well at the time. And I think you were actually the catalyst then that sort of got me to think, you know what, maybe I need to look into this in a little bit more detail. So what can you remind me again, what was the total that you invested?
So my total that I separated from my amount was 54,200. I didn't invest money because it was a OneCoin member that came into my life and talked about the product.
Sure.
It was because of an Islamic trust with my friend.
Sure.
So I invested because it was a trustworthy friend that introduced it to me, and it just went from there.
I would say scams like that target religious communities because it works on networks. Scams like this don't work by putting something on ad boards or advertising on the TV or advertising on through it doesn't work like that because people will see through it and they will call it out for what it is. So they only work through informal networks. In that way, it stays under the radar. And in that way, it doesn't draw too much attention, but enough attention to get people buying into it.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Religious communities tend to have a more tighter network as a community than non-religious communities. You'll find that minorities particularly will live in the same area. They will shop in the same places. They will go to the same places of worship. Now, you get a message in there, it will spread like wildfire. It will spread like wildfire.
I believe what makes us different is our vision. We are more than just one coin. We create a world around this coin.
Throughout 2017, OneCoin's revenue grows exponentially. Hundreds of millions of euros flow in every month from traders around the world. The money moves around the globe to fetch up in the world's tax havens in an ever-increasing tangle of sub-companies and accounts. The borderless global organization of OneCoin is perhaps the most important reason why the scam is allowed to continue for as long as it does.
Thank you.
OneCoin is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Then, all of a sudden,
Dr. Ruja Ignatova, the Bulgarian businesswoman, went missing after convincing 1.5 million people to invest in her crypto.
Ruja is last seen on a Ryanair flight to Athens on October 25th, 2017. After that, she disappears without a trace.
You're too smooth, honey. You're much too smooth.
Good morning, everybody from Paraguay. My name is Konstantin Ignatov, and I'm head of the Sofia Management Group. I'm also head of the GLG and the Inner Circle.
With the crypto queen gone missing, there are career opportunities for others.
You here are the biggest strength of us. We hit the 3 million milestone, which is really an amazing achievement.
In Ruja's absence, her younger brother, Konstantin Ignatov, takes over the reins of the company. The former personal trainer and fitness influencer is perhaps the most unlikely CEO for a multinational company in history. It soon becomes apparent Konstantin does not have his sister's flair for business. To add to the misery, the co-founder of OneCoin, Sebastian Greenwood, is arrested in Thailand in November 2018 and is extradited to the US. The house of cards starts to collapse.
I didn't mean to hurt anybody. It was just a joke.
Joke, huh?
This is a compilation of the map of everything that's happened over the last 3 years in OneCoin.
What is Bjørn's motivation to stay up late into the night on Zoom webinars and to discuss OneCoin in endless chat threads? Is it to defend blockchain as a technology? Compassion for the victims? Does he want to make a name for himself? What cannot be disputed is that an intense period in 2017 brings Bjørn into contact with the people who go on to form an online OneCoin victim support group. Its members are former OneCoin investor Jen McAdam from Scotland, the hyperactive whistleblower Temptation from the US, and the anonymous hacker Crypto Expose from Finland. The group works around the clock for years.
Are you with this IMF?
The members are hyperactive on forums and troll OneCoin groups worldwide.
Criminal network.
But their work seems in vain. The OneCoin network just keeps growing.
All the time we're getting information from OneCoin on how the network is growing. 3.4 million members, 3.6 million members. So one day I got an email from this person that was in a position where his work really was interesting information for the admin group. And we decided to let this person into the group. And this is how we met.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming here. Please, you can have a seat.
Well, I'm working with computer security in the financial industry, and I'm also working with computer crime in general. I got in touch with Bjørn because he exposed himself, and I could see that he put himself in a lot of danger. I'm not sure that he understood what kind of risk he took when he decided to go out publicly and tweet that OneCoin was fraudulent.
Through the victim support WhatsApp groups, Bjørn and the victim support group get information from victims around the world concerning which accounts are being used to transfer money to OneCoin. Through his day job, Chris has access to European banking systems and is able to trace the transactions and notify banks and credit card companies in real time.
It will keep you up day and night. I had difficulty sleeping because I wanted to see what was going on also at night in different parts of the world. I have a strong sense of justice. Maybe I was bullied as a child. That's maybe a reason why I get obsessed with these kind of things, because it's like you want to stop them. Justice works slowly, while the scams work very fast. So it was like a cat and mouse game where you try to push them from all sides, basically.
A Bulgarian woman has been placed on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list for allegedly running a cryptocurrency scam.
FBI's most wanted তালিকাত সন্নিবিষ্ট হৈছে জানা
Ruja Ignatova founded Bulgarian-based cryptocurrency called OneCoin. That was in 2014.
But now she sits side by side on the top 10 list with cartel leaders, kidnappers, and murderers. That's no accident.
FBI most wanted fugitives in the world. Ruja Ignatova comes up as number 4. You have to do something really bad to reach that status. So those that still believe that OneCoin has a future, they should really pay attention to this.
We're in Stockholm now, and I think it was 4 or 5 years ago I was here, and there was a big OneCoin event a little bit outside Stockholm, and now they have a similar event. So we're gonna go tomorrow and visit it, going to be 5 hours of information about the new projects, new goals that the company have, and their sort of project plan for 2023. I couldn't make up my mind if I was excited or nervous, but now I feel like I'm very excited about it, and I just want to go all in for it right away and see what happens.
Jonathan simply cannot believe that OneCoin is still attracting investors. He agrees to wear a hidden camera. We decide to follow him with our mobile phones.
Okay. It is the same narrative. It is the same message. We want to create a global cryptocurrency that is stable. We are one family. We need to work together. Nobody dislikes a family. So, I mean, marketing-wise, it's a smart thing.
Hej! Ja, ska ni på eventet?
Vi ska också, ja.
Ja, okej, kul.
Ja, jag får se om det lever det här företaget.
Ja, det vet man inte liksom. Ja, det är nog några som är skeptiska. Se här då. Eller skriv in sig kanske.
And today we are doing better than ever. There is no legal issues in our business. We have a new company, we have a new people there. We are going to improve in every steps, every means when we go further.
This is Tommy Vuorinen, the Chief Recruiting Officer for One Ecosystem. Tommy has nothing to hide and agrees to an interview after the event.
No one has lost anything. Everyone has their coins. They have bought education and they have got it. So I don't see a problem there. What is a problem, or was, that their upline, they were promising fast returns, like you're gonna be a millionaire in 1 year or something like that. So of course I will feel that way sorry for them. But then again, like I said, nothing is lost. So it's gonna be fine for all of them. They're gonna be very thankful, but it will take some time. Who is making more than 35,000 euros per week? Hands up. So why don't you do anything?
Svenska eller?
Svenska.
Ja. Ja, väldigt märkligt faktiskt. När jag gick dit och allt det där så visste jag inte hur det skulle kännas under tiden. Och inte efteråt heller. Man måste bara vara i nuet.
We need to show to the world that we are united.
Eventet var bra arrangerat.
Come on. Very good. Here.
Det är samma budskap som tidigare. Det är lögner ni håller på med. Men det är finare paketerat. Och det tycker jag är lite jobbigt att se faktiskt.
Okay, one.
I want to show to everyone that this is a real thing.
Very good, thank you very much.
We are not scamming anyone. Just the opposite. There is no illegal issues. There hasn't been, nor there is, and there won't be. This is what we have been doing now over 8 years. So normal people should understand that if something is up and running with over 8 years and a lot of all kind of attacks from medias, from authorities, still going on, it has to be legal.
Jag tror på det 100%. Jag tror på han på 100%.
Ja, har du många år nu?
Jag har stort konto. Ja, jättestort.
Så tänker du någon gång på det att kanske en dag så kan du vara mångmiljonär?
Ja, men jag är ju redan. Så jag kan inte tänka medan jag är. Så men jag, absolut, med mina one kommer jag bli multimiljonär. Absolut. Absolut, det tror jag. 100%.
Eventet idag var jättebra. För att få ett nytt fotfäste hos de som kanske inte har hängt med på utvecklingen under flera år. För att de har trott att, som det står i tidningen, att det är en scam, fast det är ju inte det. Det är hur tydligt som helst inte en scam. Det är mycket turer, men det här går definitivt spikrakt åt rätt håll. Med managementet som är idag.
Och vad ska du bruka de pengarna på?
Jag är från Syrien och jag känner en massa folk som behöver hjälp och hus och sånt. Så jag tänker investera eller hjälpa människor för det.
One life, one ecosystem.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Friday, December 16th, 2022. We've just witnessed the guilty plea of Carl Sebastian Greenwood. Greenwood was brought in shackles and in a kind of a beige prison uniform. He pled guilty. He was pretty upbeat. He was asked what his status in the U.S. is. He said, haha, I'm an inmate. I mean...
Yeah, this year has been really interesting and exciting. Ruja being on FBI most wanted list. And now this, the guilty plea of Sebastian Greenwood. You know, it's been a great 2022.
But it's not only the US authorities that want to bring the people behind OneCoin to justice.
Investigations are still underway following the gruesome murder of 4 Bulgarian nationals at a house in Constantia in Cape Town.
When a scam grows too big and too fast, it becomes hard to control and attracts really dodgy people.
Compatriota chileno junto con un argentino fueron asesinados en ese país.
No one has been arrested for the wave of OneCoin-related murders. It seems increasingly dangerous to be a OneCoin hater or traitor.
There was a highly placed informant. Who do you think that was? Yes.
I've been living in a hotel. It's on a friend's credit card and under a friend's name. Every morning, I wake up at 3 o'clock with this absolute sigh of relief that nobody knows where the hell I am. I'm not hiding from the authorities. The authorities can reach me at any point. These people are not normal. They have a different set of morals.
We are more than just OneCoin.
It had the same kind of vibe as apartheid South Africa.
It is alive, it's a network.
Trust the source, they keep telling you. Everyone else is a hater.
This is what makes us strong, the community.
When you're outside, it makes no sense. It cannot make sense. When you're inside, everything makes sense because that's your reality. There is no reality outside of the bubble. Last time I wouldn't speak on camera. Now I really don't give a fuck because it's out there anyway.
Duncan shows us the evidence he has shared with the authorities.
If you go to this one, for instance, these are the complete database behind OneCoin. Here we have everybody who was ever a victim of the scam. Their username, their email, their contact address, and what their coin balance was.
It feels almost unreal to be looking straight into the anatomy of the scam. This Excel sheet is all OneCoin ever was.
Sounded to me like he was describing an SQL server.
It looks easy on paper, just on the screen there.
They were selling things that didn't actually exist.
We asked Duncan to look up Jonathan. Will he appear?
jwigup@gmail.com. Positive. The guy thinks or believed that he had an absolute fortune in terms of OneCoin. Sorry for him, he doesn't. I feel for him. Same way I do for everybody.
Not even hard evidence that OneCoin is nothing but a scam will stop the OneCoin rebrand, one ecosystem from giving it another try.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be the man with the surprises. Till this moment, our private blockchain was quite enough for the needs of the project and the community. Today, we all want to go one step further. Applause, everybody. Today, one ecosystem is going public. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. We are public. Applause. More.
To keep the scam afloat, one ecosystem launches a blockchain on the respected Ethereum platform. They encourage everyone to transfer their OneCoins to the new currency One, for a fee in euros, of course.
Välkommen till Telia.
No. It was my upline. It would be interesting to know if people are still optimistic, what really drives them, and why they are still optimistic. And it doesn't have to be because they're stupid or they are too naive, or it can just be that they value some information more than the one, for example, that I got from Bjørn. And we are inside the portal. They have a transfer deadline by the 1st of August, 2023. So you have, as of today, it's 2 months to actually do the migration. And after that, I don't know what happens after that, to be honest. But
So you're gonna do it, or?
Migrate the coins.
If you don't migrate, you're potentially losing millions of euros.
Yeah, but
For me, it's never actually been about the amount of money. It's more been about being part of a success story. When you have invested so much and you don't want to realize that you're wrong, your critical eyes start to diminish and you start to become hopeful.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice shirt.
Thanks.
It actually costs 25 euros per account to migrate it to this sidechain. Do you think I should migrate to this one?
I think you should burn your coins. Nothing good is ever going to come of this. It's just going to be a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. I think to set your mind free, you need to get out.
OneCoin has been a part of my life for the last 6-7 years. So I wouldn't say it would be hard, but it would feel strange to do it. And we are afraid to fail, but I also think it's the only way to move forward. I think it's the only option at the end of the day. There are no winners in the story. It's a tragedy, and everybody lost on this one, including the ones that were creating this.
We are still here after a huge roller coaster during the years in the past.
Yes!
Will scams ever stop? Will OneCoin, will pyramid schemes ever stop? I doubt it.
When you buy a ticket to a roller coaster, it has to feel here.
I think for as long as humans exist, they will exist.
So it means that it's only getting better. All the time we are improving.
We have a natural, innate characteristic in us to want more, and that will always be there, unfortunately. And there will always be people wanting to capitalize on that, benefit on that, and do whatever it takes All we can do is to educate, to advise, to show the red flags. So when these signs do come, that at least we can save as many people as we can, but I don't think we will be able to eliminate it.
Burning the coins? Yeah, it's a little bit painful, but a healthy way of being honest to myself. I won't lie to myself anymore.
Say the more we drink special amber, special amber, special amber. More we drink special amber, and the happier we shall be. Say the more we laugh together,